Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody to Old Trafford for the unveiling of Louis van Gaal. We'll open the press conference with Louis saying a few words on how delighted he is to become manager of Manchester United.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank Bobby Charlton, Sir Bobby Charlton, because it's a great honor to come in this stadium and to be guided by Sir Bobby Charlton. My first steps, my first steps were with Bayern München and Barcelona, I know that. But as a trainer coach of Manchester United, these were my first steps, and I was very proud to do that with Sir Bobby Charlton. I have the age to see him playing, so I know what he means for Manchester United, but also for the English football, and it was a great honor to do that with him. Thank you.
Okay, we will open questions to the floor. If you put your hand up, we'll bring a mic to you. If you could just introduce who you are, say your name and your organisation. We are conducting the press conference in English today. Leanne, if you could.
Hi, Neil Custis from The Sun. Welcome, Louis. How big an impact do you hope to make in your very first season with Manchester United?
I do my utmost best. And that's what I can give. I cannot give predictions, because you never know. It's the biggest club of the world. Within 2 days, I know already how important Manchester United is, but how important also the sponsors are. And I have to work, I have to prepare a team, and I have to adapt to this big club. It shall not be easy, but I do my utmost best. And when you see my career, you can see what I have won. And that I can say. And the future shall show if I can do that again.
Don McGuinness, Talk Sport. Louis, you've joined Manchester United. You talk about your pride and that this is the #1 club in the world, so you feel it's bigger than Bayern, than Barca, than even managing the Dutch national side. And if that is the case, what do you expect to achieve in your time here?
This is the biggest club because of world known wide. But in sport, you are never the biggest club, because every season you have to prove. And last season you were 7th. So then you are not the biggest club in sportive way. But well known over the world. When I was in China or now in Brazil, people are talking about Manchester United when I was the coach of the Dutch team. So that's the difference. So it's a lot of expectation also. But it's also a great challenge because of that. And therefore I have chosen for this club. I work for Barcelona, in my opinion, #1 in Spain. I have coached Ajax Amsterdam, #1 in the Netherlands, and I have coached Bayern München, #1 in Germany. And now I am in Manchester United, #1 in England. And I hope I shall fulfill the expectation, but it shall be difficult.
Vinny O'Connor from Sky Sports News. Louis, you've made 2 signings already this summer. How many more signings do you feel you need to bring in order to improve this squad?
Yeah, my method is always the same. I want to look at the player now, at the players present. And of course, I know the players, how they play. But I don't know the players who I have trained and coached. So first I want to see surely the first 3-4 weeks what they can do. And then maybe I shall buy other players. And the players that we have bought now, Shaw and Herrera was already on the list. So I give my approval because I like them. But first I want to see the players performing my philosophy.
Louis, David McDonald from the Daily Mirror. You mentioned then you don't do predictions and you said it will be difficult. But how realistic is it for United fans to feel that they can be challenging for the title under you this season? Or do they have to be a bit more realistic going from 7th place?
That's always the question. And that's what I have explained already.
Hello, Simon Crabtree from Premier League Productions. Nice to meet you. Have you asked for, do you need any assurances of how long that you might need to get things back to winning ways?
No, because the owners and the CEO have a lot of confidence in me. Because of that, they have come to me. And I explained my philosophy and they were excited. And because of that, I'm here. And we have to wait and see if I can fulfill this expectation of these people, but also of the supporters, because the supporters are the fans are very important. Also, I know that, but you cannot predict. In the world of football, you cannot predict. Nobody have predicted that the Dutch team came so far. Nobody has predicted that Germany shall beat Brazil in their home 1-7. And surely not that we beat them 0-3. So, you know that. Why do you ask?
Hello, Mr. Van Gaal. This is Arjen van der Horst from NOS.
Okay.
Hello. When will you take a decision on the captaincy, and is Robin van Persie a possible candidate?
All the players are a possible candidate. I have to get know them. And therefore I use 4, 5, 6 weeks, dependable if I'm out already after 4 weeks, but it can be 2 months also. For me, the captain's role is very important, and therefore I need time. And sometimes I didn't have the time. Then I have to make quick decisions, but quick decisions are not always good. So I use my time for it because I think captain of a team from me is very, very important.
Mr. Van Gaal, Ian Herbert from the Independent newspaper. At your former clubs, Ajax and Barcelona, you've had systems where the same brand of football is played throughout all ages and all levels of the club, and that's something you've introduced. Is that something you want to introduce to Manchester United? One philosophy throughout the entire club?
The owners and also the CEO, Ed Woodward, has asked to give advice. But the main project is the first team. And the first team is more short-term than the youth education. That's more long-term. So more or less the first year, maybe 2 years, we have to separate them. Because now I need all my knowledge to transfer my philosophy in this selection. So you have to give me time to do that. And not only you, also the CEO and the owners.
Good afternoon. Stuart Matheson, Manchester Evening News. You obviously know the importance of the class of '92 to the club and the fans. Have you decided yet the futures of Nicky Butt, Phil Neville and Paul Scholes?
Nicky Butt is already assisting us Paul Scholes, we shall find a role for him, but also for Phil Neville, I believe. That's what we want, but it has to be also possible, and that we have to look. But we have also to adapt to the qualities of these persons. So it's not an easy job. We have to speak about that with them personally, and that's why we have to wait and see.
Louis, Ian Payne from ITV News. Did you even consider taking a short holiday between the World Cup and coming here?
It's not allowed. No, it is not allowed. Of course, it was better that I did a half-year sabbatical, for example, that I come in January. But I could not let them go when you have been asked by the biggest club of the world. That's a big challenge, a big ambition for me. I've already told the number one of Spain, the number one of Germany, the number one of the Netherlands. There is a fourth competition. In my eyes, the four strongest competitions in this world. There are a Dutch journalist, he's laughing now, because he was writing that the Dutch competition is nothing. I said, tactically, we are the best. And we have proved that in Brazil. And yeah, what was the question?
Did you not want a holiday?
Okay, the holiday, yeah. That I have already given answer to that, because when there is a challenge like that, I never let them go. And this is also a holiday for me. I like the way I can work.
Louis, hello. Andy Swiss, BBC News. You have a reputation for being a very strong character, a strong personality. For the fans and the players, can you give us an idea on how you would describe your style of management?
I'm a democratic. I don't know the word, but emphasis. Emphasis.
Emphasis.
Emphasis. Okay. Empathy.
Empathy. Sorry.
Empathetic.
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 To
Human being.
yeah.
And of course, I have a strong personality, but the other characteristics are more important, and that's the key of my personality.
Hi, Louis. Louis.
Over there, sorry, boss.
Hello. Louis.
Over there.
Hi, Jamie Jackson from The Guardian. What would be success for you in your first season as Manchester United manager?
I don't know, because first, what I have already said, first I have to see how the players perform my philosophy and how quick they can pick up this philosophy. And then I can answer. But now I haven't worked with most of them. So we have to wait and see, because it is very important that there is a click between the players and the manager. So.
Is the top four finish, the Champions League finish, the minimum you would require from this group of players?
For me, the challenge is always first, and not fourth. But when you have to analyze after one season, it's dependable of the click between players and manager coach.
My name is van IJsseldoorn from the Volkskrant. How would you compare the Premier League with La Liga and with the Bundesliga, where you have experience? How do you compare the Premier League, those competitions?
I have never worked in the Premier League, so it's because of that a big challenge that I want also. But I have worked in the Spanish league and also the German league. And in my time of Barcelona, at that time I think the Spanish league was the best league. And in my time of Germany, I'm sorry, in Germany we were the best league. And maybe when I work here, the Premier League is the best league.
Hi Louis, James Ducker from the Times newspaper. You described your style as democratic, and a lot of the Dutch players at the World Cup were very complimentary about your man management. But you do have a reputation for being very autocratic. Is that reputation unfair?
Unfair.
Can you explain why?
Yeah, because of the media wants to show that part of the personality. But that part of the personality is like this. But when you repeat always that, then everybody thinks like that.
If you were just autocratic, could you not have had the success that you have had in your career?
No. I'm always the same person. When I was 39, when I began, because I was 37 when I played professional football still, and then I was assistant, so that I don't count. But from 39, I was head coach of Ajax Amsterdam. Till now, the personality has not been changed. It's the same personality, but autocratic or strong personality is not the same word. And more or less, a lot of people are thinking it's the same word, but it's not like that. I have a strong philosophy, and every year I have trained. It is confirming that philosophy. Sir Alec has also a strong philosophy. Sir Alec? Yeah? Okay. And it was always confirming that, because he won a lot of titles with Manchester United. Then I think he has a very good philosophy. When you can do that, I hope I can do that. Or I can start with that philosophy.
Louis, Richard Tanner at the Daily Express. You just mentioned Sir Alex. Have you had a chance to speak to him yet about the job, and also are you daunted about following a man who had such a successful record here?
Of course. I'm democratic, so no. He called me to congratulate me, and we have spoken about a cup of coffee to drink or to eat with each other. We were always invited to the elite form of the UEFA, and we did always the light out with a glass of wine. So we know each other very well, and I shall drink coffee and drink wine with him. Maybe the better wine I can imagine.
Louis,
last two questions.
Louis, there's huge excitement among your Manchester United fans at your arrival. What's the one thing that excites you most about this challenge and this job that you're taking on?
Yeah. It's difficult to describe, because I'm now 2 days here. I have met a lot of people, and when you see that kind of people who are loving the club, it's a big family, and they expect a lot of me. They are very excited to meet me. But can I fulfill that expectation? I think I can do. But because of the greatness of this club, it's also much more difficult than in another club. And also, this club is also guided in the commercial way. And we have to fulfill that also. And that is not always possible, to fulfill the commercial expectations or the football expectations. So that is my big challenge, I think, after 2 days. But maybe it shall be changing after the United States tour, I don't know, but I don't think so.
Okay, last question.
Louis Fraser-Dayton from Sky Sports. Given the number of players that left over the course of the summer, experienced players, how big a role do the remaining experienced players, like Wayne Rooney, for example, have to play in the team going forward?
Yeah, you have to know that I'm not always convinced of the experience of players. Because that I have said a lot of times in the media, a boy like Clarence Seedorf, he was 16 years old. I let him make his debut in the Ajax squad at that time. But with 16 years old, he was sometimes more experienced than a player of 30 years old. So it's always dependable of the personality. And you named Rooney, but for example, Michael Carrick, he has injured last day or the day before that. So that's, in my opinion, also a big blow, because he is an experienced player. So always it's very important that we have experienced player, but not only in age, not only in football experience, but also experience as a human being. Because my philosophy is not only the football player, but in total. And then there are not so many experienced players. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you, Val.
Okay. What?
How long is Michael Carrick?
A long time. Much too long for me. I think the club shall come with a press bulletin.